Strong in every step, give me a sign. Hitting the mark, take to the sky. Chasing the stars, open your eyes. Watching afar, waiting to fly. This is the start. Hide and seek, reason and rhyme, grand and glorious. Living the dream, yours and mine. Euphoria. you to lift me up so high, high, a place that no one's ever been. Take me to oblivion. I wanna feel the dark with you. A place that no one's ever been. Take me to oblivion. Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me feel alive. Make it last forever. Stop in time. Yeah, I'll surrender it. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me feel Still as a breeze, a river flowing deep. Don't wanna leave the air you breathe. Living mirrors dreams when I think of you and me. Don't wanna leave the world you see, and I will hold you down if love.
All right, we just gonna test the mic to see if we are okay. Test, see if we are
Hello.
All right, can you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Right. So,
Hello.
can you hear me, Ed?
I can hear you. Yeah, you've done something new tonight, haven't you?
Yes.
Yes, I know, because it popped up saying you are now talking as a guest.
Yeah. So basically, for some reason on my Zoom, my
Yeah.
mic isn't working, but I think the mic's working for Streamlabs. So everybody's picking up from what I'm saying on Streamlabs.
Yeah.
Mic's working. Yeah. So they're hearing. So basically, they're hearing my mic through Streamlabs, which is the roadcaster. You are
Yeah.
hearing me through the webcam.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I've managed to get around it.
It sounds all right.
Yeah. So, hello everybody, welcome to Just Smart Show. We're not going to be an extremely long show tonight because I thought there are things that are going on, the things people are busy, etc., etc. So it's not going to be an extremely long show.
No,
We are looking to
we
do
had
the
an
giveaway
we don't.
for tonight as well. Uh, yes, the reason that the reason why is just there's things that are going on, so we don't have an awful lot of time. Just like
Yeah,
stick
no.
around.
I'll explain. There was an incident today. I can't say too much, but I may have to disappear and go and give a statement to the police station, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like you haven't told me.
Oh, it's been a fun day today.
You'll have to tell me later. Like you have to give us a ring later and give us a run.
Oh yeah, no stress with that. But yeah. What else is a big one? So yeah, so we had that today, and then we had um a meeting this morning. It's been a hectic day. We've been out most of the day because the crime commissioner had met with us today. We had a meeting with him. That was quite
It was
interesting.
so nifty, my thing.
Yes, he finally met me. So yes, messaged me
Anyway,
and said, "Okay,
I want to see it. About 12
I'm
minutes.
in the area on this day. Would you like to come and meet?" I'm like, "Yeah, perfect."
So how long has it been? About 12 minutes? Give or take?
That was all right, actually.
Because it's been a long time. 'Cause
Um,
it's been a long time like meet with them and have chat.
yeah, we sat down and had a chat with him, and he told us a few things, and we told him a few things, and yeah, that's where we're up to. But yeah, what else got on today? Um, yeah, we got some new snakes into rescue, but yeah, so it's just been mad, 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 mad.
That's been, for, 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 for myself, like, because I know Ed's got a lot of news that he wants to. Well, I believe he does, but from from where I am, he hasn't told me what exactly. So that's what I'm
No,
sort of like. So
yeah, as I
that's
say,
why
we were
that's
going to
why
do,
that's why I'm sort of like, oh,
yeah, we were going to do like a big song and dance tonight and loads of giveaways and stuff, but now after this incident, I've gone back to go to the cop shop, I'm waiting for a phone call, because the officers are on duty, but they went to, after they left us, they went to another incident, so said they give me a ring and make, and go give a statement or whatever, but that's fine. We all know how Barrow Police busy and stuff, and underhanded, and undermanned they are and shit, so that's fine. So yeah, so I may have to disappear, so we'll make it a short show tonight. But I have um a couple of free tickets if anybody wants to win them,
yes. I mean, we might
and they
not be
can't
able
do.
to, but we might not be able to do it tonight.
We
Might do,
can do
might
two
not.
tonight and
We might just
do two
say,
tonight.
ah,
We'll do two tonight and two on Saturday. There.
yeah, come do. Uh, Everybody
Yeah.
shared tonight's live.
Yeah. It's literally just been absolutely chaotic the last couple of days. Today's just been bad because we've been running about like an idiot all day. You know, so this week has just been absolutely hectic.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so this week has just been madness running around doing everything and sorting it out. But we've got a new volunteer as well.
Well, I don't volunteer. Blimey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where's this? Where's
So
this
it really has
one?
just been a bad night, to be fair.
So
I've got 4 tickets to give away.
who's the new one?
It's
You
April Yard, actually.
had Amy Nico. Who's the other? Who's the new one?
I don't know what his name is, but I'm readers. But yeah, he's in his early, well, I'd say late 20s, early 30s.
Oh, so he's around the same age as me.
Yeah. But he's in dead keen and everything, and he's never used power tools, so we're going to teach him how to use all the power tools and stuff. So that's going to be fun for him.
Right.
So yeah, so tell me, it's just today. It's just been a blur because we've had so much on.
Yeah.
Nico's now got a new snake.
Oh, was it?
Jamie's got a new snake.
I'm a snake.
Yeah, I've got a new snake.
Is that the snake?
Uh,
It's a snake.
Yeah, he's got a new snake. So yeah, he's
To
got a new
those people
snake.
that
But,
don't know what that is, you're not old enough.
yeah.
To those like there are going to be people from my generation. They're going to giggling. They're going to be like, they're going to chuckle with that one. They're like, yeah, I remember that one.
It was daft. I sent him away yesterday to pick up a couple of snakes. Next thing I know, I get a phone call. We're all bringing something back. I'm like, what do you mean you're all bringing something back? Oh, Nico's got himself a snake, and Rachel's got himself a snake, and Dave's got a snake, and Jamie's got a snake, and I'm like, fucking out loud.
You see, the thing is, I wouldn't have a snake if there was anything. It most definitely wouldn't be a snake.
But yeah, they're all, like as I said, they're all fucking happy as pig in thing,
Like,
basically.
if I were to have any kind of like a dog, if there any animal I'd possibly take it as a pet, or anything like that, would be either parrot, or budgie, or
But yeah, so what's up with your mic equipment? Has your mic gone belly up or whatnot?
for some stupid reason,
Yes.
my broadcasters are connected to Zoom.
Right.
Well, not everybody can hear me because it's connecting to
Mm-hmm.
streams.
Right.
So the stream, the
You have to have a plane to see
the
what it is.
broadcaster is connected to, it's connected to them. So they can still hear me. They can still hear my audio.
Yeah.
But then there's also your audio, which is absolutely fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is, if that's the case, and the
Yeah.
different system now or whatever was Zoom can only be done via my webcam for me to talk to you. That's fine. I've got no
Yeah.
issue.
But no, it's fair to say, today's just been absolutely pandemonium. We didn't get home till we went out this morning about quarter to 9,
Yeah.
and we came home about just before 5 o'clock. We literally haven't been home all day. It's been absolutely crackers. So, but and idiot keeps. Oh, it's been crackers. They said there was an incident today which it just put the icing on the cake. So yeah, it really is just one of them days today. We just had so much on, but say we met the crime commissioner, had a good chat with him, and yeah, a few things have been and done and dusted. So yeah, it's all quite good to be fair. It's just a case of get on top of it. But we're going to give 2 tickets away. So what I'm going to say is, because I know we haven't got a huge amount of listeners at the moment. Because to be fair, it's just the way it is. To be fair, it's Wednesday night. If I didn't have this to do, I'll be honest with you, I'd be at the pub. So what I'm going to say is the first
Like
2
said,
people to put the name.
Tonight's not going to be a monthly news show.
Yeah, but we'll say the
Because
first 2
you've
people.
got other things going on.
Yeah, So what we'll say is the first person to put the name in the chat can have 2 free tickets to the show. There.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not nice and we've got, I can, we've got some
I'm
tickets to
just
give
looking
away.
at
So
doing
we might as
another
well
one for Saturday as well for another 2 free tickets. So
and then we'll do another 2 on Saturday. Yeah.
yeah, they're sure
Um,
if anybody's interested
just
in
because
it,
I'm
glad
not
if
nice.
ladies night, get your full name in the chat. Full name in the
Oh
chat.
yeah.
And,
Then
by the
we'll
time that
find
we
you on
finish,
Facebook.
we will reach out to the winner.
Yeah, we'll find you on Facebook and we'll sort you some tickets out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, as I say, it's been a long day. It's going to be another long day tomorrow. This weather's helping in one respect because it's a bit cooler, but it's still, it's hard work.
It's not really warm though. It's not like freezing.
It's better than it was last week. Last week it was too bloody hot.
To be
Now
fair,
it's just
the weather started off nice. Like it was nice and warm, like around 20 degrees. I was like, that's lovely. It's nice and. But then when it gets to like, I would say close to 30, that's when I'm like, yeah, not that cute. That's basically a bit like the thing is,
oh,
when you go
your
to like Spain and Greece and their
favourite firm's looking for
their
staff, by the
heat's
way.
a little bit different. For some weird reason, their heat's a little bit different. They all have aircon and everything. However, we don't. It's just nothing but
There's an
concrete
American in London, he said
and
himself he doesn't know how the hell
holes
we
that
cope because
are
it got
made
warm,
to
and
keep
in
it warm.
America they have all the
No
aircon
matter
and
what
stuff.
you try and do, you would literally like if it was 30 degrees outside right now, I'd be sweltering. Like I'd be swimming, it'd be all sweat because it didn't matter if I had the fan on, if I had windows wide open, I'd still be sweating. Because the house is made and the homes are made to keep heat in. Trying, not to because you know the Americans like to try and take the mick, don't they, out of Brits going to that wet on more of the summer heat. And they're like, oh, like it's only like 70, like Fahrenheit. I'm like, and I've seen a lot of Americans that now either live in the UK or they've been to the UK at their better times during like the summer months, and they've gone, don't say nothing when you haven't experienced British heat. Like if you haven't experienced British heat or a British summer, shut up because you don't know what you're talking about. We have it very differently because we've got like central.
They've got aircon and all
We've all
sorts
got
of stuff.
aircon and everything. However, those guys aren't as lucky as us. Like they don't have air cons just naturally built in. And if they want aircon, they have to get it built themselves, which costs an awful lot of money for them to install it within their homes. But their homes are made to keep heat in because it's not naturally a colder country. Like it's normally a lot colder, a lot wetter, damper, etc. Because it's a small island in regard to United States. It's we're a smaller island, so all especially on the coast of everything. Jesus Christ, they hit them. Like whenever they have a storm, like over in the United States or South America, we get the back end of it. When we get the back end of it, it seems to somehow be worse. Don't understand that. It's like we get the back end of it. It's like, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Winds go from go to about 60, 70 miles per hour. It's like, don't go outside, you'll be blown off your feet. So I can only imagine what it would be like in Blackpool. You go to the pier, it's I'm flying without wings.
But no, as I say, we've got we've got quite a bit to do. We started the community garden this week, so that should be fun.
You've been focusing on the community garden.
Yeah, we're on the garden this week, so
on the garden. We want to be together.
Yeah, no, honestly,
you see, there's not going to be a single show where we don't make that reference. There's not going to be one show.
I haven't seen online for a bit. I haven't seen your best buddy online for a bit.
Who's the best?
No, not that idiot. The other one.
Which one, Dan?
Yeah.
Dan was on.
I haven't seen
Was it
for it.
either the last one or the one before?
Well, before, but he's not. No, he's on the like quite a bit, but he's not been on.
I said, what is it? CC or CD's online.
Mm.
Really busy by the looks of it. He's offline. In fact, Dan, next time I'm expecting, your sick
Sick
notice
note,
and
yeah.
whatnot.
But no, as
I
I say, so
haven't really spotted. Busy. So it's not the
but
holiday.
what
So
else has been happening though? But yeah, no, it's only 2 weeks to go for the show.
yes,
It's gonna
2
be
weeks.
madness. It's gonna be fun and madness from all parties.
And that's why we keep saying get your tickets because once they're gone, they're gone.
Oh yeah, and I've confirmed that we are getting the Lost Boys guy tomorrow.
We are getting the Lost Boys
Britain,
back.
yeah, Britain Got Talent Lost Boys guy is coming to perform in Barrow.
Nice.
So that's gonna be another
I can make a
mad
video.
one.
I can
It's
make
gonna
a
be
video
another
of that
mad
stuff.
one. That. Yeah, yeah.
You just let me know what you want to watch and what if we can, I'll film it in the next couple of days. Get it hosted.
But yeah, no, it's
Where
gonna be
is
daft.
everybody tonight? Is everybody?
I think, to be fair, we're all tired. I know I'm tired because we've been with most of the people today, running around like idiots all day, doing all sorts of stuff. You know what I mean?
To
It
be
has
fair, I
been
think
cracking.
everybody's still recovering from Dave's weekend, aren't
To me, there was a lot of complaints about that, but
they? So, don't you remember when I said to you on Saturday that I'd seen barely any posts about Dave's Day? Because it was
well, there was
true.
a lot of complaints because of where they sent all the bikers to park the bikes and stuff, and then
Why
walk
did they
into
send
town.
them to this?
They sent them to the Barrow Island area, I'm led to believe. What got me was at the end of the day,
Far
they sent them
away.
all to Barrow Island. Has anybody ever walked in leathers? I have, and I'll be honest with you, walking from Barrow Island to the town hall, I would not do in leathers
No,
because it
it's
kills you,
hill.
especially in the heat we had on that day.
I mean, it wasn't like it was scorching hot, mate. It was warm. It was like 22, 23 minutes, so it's quite warm.
Yeah, it
It's not
was.
weather that you would want to walk around wearing nothing. Like,
Yeah. Well, the year, especially they did it, they made it all parked in the town, so it was a lot easier for the lads
yeah,
because
that's
they
why I
could,
thought
near
you
the
should have
bike.
just kept it that way. I did say
Yeah,
this.
well, no,
I did. Did I or did I not say
Barrow,
this to you when we
Barrow,
announced we were going to do it number
no,
two?
from what I've been told, Barrow Bid got involved and he had this big concert, and they were all bitching about that as well. Because nobody could think on the door.
Ed, do you know why I specifically said this? The announced second a second Dave's Day was now and then did this whole weekend. I basically said when things like this they are successful, there are those greedy buggers in the world that want to do it again.
Yeah.
For some odd reason, there are some that want to do it again. But the thing is, the first time was a success because the right people were involved and they got things done correctly.
involved.
But
No,
then, when they
I'll
do
be
it the
blunt.
second time, everybody else
The
wants to get
first,
involved and get a piece of the pie. But that's the thing. When everybody else wants to get involved, doesn't mean it's going to work. Because everybody else is not going to agree with things. And people are going to have pissy fit. They're going to start having a bitch fit and mourn. But, like, this is why they should have just left it alone. They had their celebration. They did their tribute, etc., etc. You should have left it be because now everybody's complaining.
oh no, the bikers were complaining because the way they set it up, and I must agree, I saw this myself on the day. You had to have a ticket to get into the music event, yeah, which is fine if that's the way you want to do it. But you couldn't buy it on the
You
you
needed to advertise that. You cannot
no
register tickets on the door of you.
yeah, well, no, you couldn't buy them on the door. That was the first issue that people were complaining about. But then the bigger issue they had was is that oh, get me break again. They put all the food. The lads that had come from out of town and said, "This is what I was speaking to a couple of lads, and they were telling me on the day that they came from out of town and they were promising me food stalls and everything. And they came, and I'm not gonna lie, they did come with plenty of money with them. And when they got here, they were told that they couldn't get into the food places because they were all part of the music thing. So they said, "Well, where the hell are we meant to get food?" And these people that come to Barra, and they're never, they're not like us local yokels that can that
I
know
did
where all
say
the
this though.
cafes are and stuff.
I did say this. I said, don't do it because you'll fuck it up. It was great
Yeah.
first time because there was the white people involved to do it, and the white people organised it. But then when they did it a second time, everybody started bitch fitting saying they wanted a piece of the pie. Barrow
Oh
Football for
yeah.
one of them, and they had a right stinker. They did. They had a
Well, I
stinker.
don't know how the football match went. I
Did
don't
you
know how
not
the
see it? Did you not see it? They had barely anybody in the audience.
No, I didn't see it. I must
They
admit.
had barely anybody in the crowd. I was like, it's literally about 10% full. That's
Yeah.
awful. Why is there only about 10? There was about maybe maybe about 100 people or so. It wasn't that many.
Oh,
Because
according to Barra Bid, there was another
after seeing the
30,000
video
people came to Barra.
on the
I'd love
upper
to know where they get
side,
these figures
there was
from.
not barely anybody there.
No, I'd love to know where Barra Bid get these figures from, because if they actually had 30,000 people in Barra, those locals wouldn't be at a bloody walk round town.
No, see, that's what I can't stand when they keep like talking shit. Like, stop lying about numbers.
Yeah. I'm not
Stop
going to
lying
lie, there
about
was a good
numbers because
few
you've got
people there, but I
people
wouldn't have said there was more than about
like myself that
1,000,
I'll
maybe
give you the
1,500.
honest, thing about it. There wasn't that many. Last year was
It was
last
about
year's was
1,500.
10 times more successful.
The first year there was loads there,
There
but
was,
this
but
year,
nowhere near to the amount
no,
that they were claiming.
no.
They were claiming what was it, 40,000 or something like that, wasn't it? And I was just like, there was about five, but in between 1.5 to about 3,000. But they were going on about saying it was freaking thousands and thousands and thousands. I went, wasn't.
Yeah,
You're chatting shit.
these
You're
people
chatting
really
shit
don't
again.
know.
Like, I don't
Yeah,
get
these
why they
people.
lie. The truth comes out eventually. And they go, oh, well, somebody's lying about it. If it was a success, don't celebrate out the success. Don't lie about the success. Because
I just want to.
when
It'd
people
be
find out
interesting
about
to
it,
find
everyone's going to be
out.
like, well, it wasn't as great as they claimed it was. That's
It'd be
that's how
interesting
you
to find
damage your
out how much
credibility
it
and
all costs.
reputation.
It'd be interesting to find out how much it all costs, because
Like, yeah, I bet you
this
cost
is the
them. Yeah,
quick
no.
question. This is a question you don't like people to ask.
Oh, no. They hate it. They hate people asking. But that's when I go.
Because
But those are the questions that need to be asked.
I know we donated on Barrow, and not Barrow, but I know we raised about 10,000 quid for cancer research and whatever. And again, I'm not going to knock that. At the end of the day, it's a very good charity. We've donated to it in the past, but it makes it's pointless making like 10 grand for them.
It's just like I said. The whole
Um,
thing with this year's Dave weekend, because that's essentially what it became. Uh, it was a big fail compared to last year, where it was a big success. A lot of people
well, no,
enjoyed
not last
themselves
year.
and had a good
Last
time.
year I think they got it
I
right, and
And
therefore
everyone was all over social media about last year. Everyone was all on social media trying
I must
videos and
admit,
pictures
last
and everything.
year I got
This
sick of the
year, I
amount of
saw
publicity.
fuck all. I didn't see a single thing. The only
No,
times
yeah,
that I saw
last
it was from like King Johnson and other like radio accounts or other reporters slash journalists from
yeah,
uh, 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 other companies, etc. Like, you know, like, like for example, the Sun, that sort of stuff. But
yeah.
that was last year.
This year, I'll be honest, it
Then
wasn't
they
a
had
huge.
everybody else, every Tom, Dick, and Harry that was there, all over social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, X / Twitter, Snapchat, whatever you said,
Yeah.
your name, that we're all showing about it. TikTok, we're all freaking videos and posts and everything about it. This year, you go all on social media, and there's fuck all. There isn't anything. The only time
I
to see
must admit,
anything
I
about
haven't seen a lot.
Dave's Day was from the likes of the media. So the
No, I
only
haven't
people
seen
that
a lot. But
talk about it
eh,
is people
from
from the
my point
media.
of view, from my point of view, I say I'm not knocking the guy. I've never met him or whatever. It didn't really interest me, to be fair. But I think the first year he did it, I give him credit where credit due. I think it was a good event. I think it was handled
That's
correctly. It was run
interactive. That's
properly,
it. Give
etc.
him the flowers. Great job. But that's
But
what I said. I
this
said
year,
it when they announced the second one, didn't I? Or it's going to fail.
yeah, but this year, it just got fucking. It did it. From where I'm sitting, it was a bit silly because it was like they made the bikers, who are supposed to be what it's all about,
Yes.
walk
You tracked
near
them.
on a mile
You
in
treat them as
leathers.
well as you should have done.
Yeah,
You could have done more. You may as well just check the car park. What's the meeting place that it's they did last year? You may as well just get it. I don't
you
know
know,
why they went for Power Island. Why they went for Power Island, I have no freaking idea. Like, I don't know what he was right idea because we went with
no
idea on that
clue
one
myself, to be
was
fair.
stupid. Uh, like I said, as a whole, the issue with the music, and when you see videos of the music event, there's barely a couple hundred there.
I say, I
Barely.
must admit, I have not seen the video, so I can't comment on
I've
it.
seen a couple of
Uh,
not many, because like I
but
said,
I must
barely
admit, when
anybody
we
posted
drove
about.
past it,
I
yeah,
said
when we
barely
drove
anybody
past it, there
posted
wasn't a
about
hell
it
of a
because
lot of
I've only
people
seen
walking
bits and
towards it.
pieces. And you just sort of looking at it going, well, one, there's not an awful lot because of the whole ticket situation. Because if
Well,
they didn't have
we
the
drove
ticket
past it,
situation, trust me, they would have had thousands there. They would
when
have.
we drove, we drove past it, oh Christ, about 2 o'clock on Sunday,
Yeah.
when the football match was meant to be on, and it was, I won't say it was noisy, because it wasn't. You know what I mean? You hear more noise on a normal match day than you do in there. And as I
That's
say,
why I said
I understand it's all for charity and
barely
everything, but
100 or so people there when I saw videos. Like I said,
yeah,
but
no, I
these are
didn't.
from like these other journalists and reporters from these other freaking media sites and whatever, and
Mm.
they all came here expecting that this is going to be the biggest thing this year, and even like you could tell that even in their facial expression that it's not that impressive.
Yeah,
Like compared to last year, from what we saw, was much more successful, much
yeah.
better. This year, however, I feel the like I said, too many chefs, too many cooks got in the kitchen.
It turned in. It went from in my opinion, anyway, it went from a celebration of a guy's life
Yeah,
this year to a money making thing.
didn't want to say, but I completely agree.
You know, because it
Because
was
that's
very,
why I
it was
was
money.
saying, I was stating that too many cooks got in the kitchen. Because like I said, last year they had the right people that cared, that organised everything. There were a couple of things in there that could have been done better, but everybody else wasn't that into it. But then they saw the success. They saw dollar signs, money signs, they saw money, and they went,
Yeah.
okay, then let's get involved. Well, they not just Christian Academy, it's me, £5. And that's when I was like, you can't, no. Like, I understand if everybody wants a slice of the pie. It doesn't go
No,
that
it
well
went.
when everybody else wants to get kitchen. Like, when everybody else wanted to get into the kitchen and get involved, I would have gone, I've only got legally work with people I believe it's going to work with. Everybody's not welcome to get involved and whatnot. But I'm not here
Well,
to
it's like
entice anybody.
they changed the name of the pub in town. I think that was just a gimmick, to be fair, to get people to come in.
Was that one again?
You know, that was a gimmick to get people to come in and buy the beer.
Was that, who changed their name?
Like the Kings.
Oh yeah, they called it the Side Kings, didn't they?
Yeah,
I have no idea why.
it was a gimmick to make money, in my opinion, anyway. Now, if that had been me, I would have gone
So what
barmy and
is
said,
the
no, fuck
Side
off.
Kings about? Where's it from?
I would have said no if that had been a free member of it fucking did it. I would have
Do you
gone,
know what I
no,
mean?
it's not happening.
It's not happening. It's a freaking name. They just kept it the same. I was like, because everybody knows the Kings.
And then the meeting, there's a few other pubs in the town that changed their name for the day. And I'm like, no, it went from, as I said, a celebration of the guys.
I'm going to end this one quickly and then I'm going to send you a new one.
Yeah, it was a case. It went from, well, we'll leave it at that when this finishes. But it went from, in my opinion, anyway.
We've got 10 minutes left.
That's all right. Put your name in the chat box. You've got all in 2 free tickets, and we'll check it later. Check it in a couple of days. But no, it went from there to celebrating the guy's life to let's make a
Yeah,
few
it
quid
went
out
from
of it.
celebrating a man's life to
Oh yeah, let's
anything
all
you
make
can
a
do,
few
I
quid
can
out
do
of it.
better. Meaning, if you can get the money, then I can get the money. It's like that's all it was. I'm gonna use this so I can get some money.
Yeah,
And I'm just
that's how
sort
it
of
turned
like,
into. And
that's why I said last year they were very, very successful because they had people that cared, people that gave a
this
damn.
year,
And this
this year
year
was just
they
a money
had way
maker
too many
exercise.
people that just wanted to capitalise and earn money.
Yeah,
Too many. Like
I
I said,
understand
too many
that.
cooks that wanted to get involved.
And everybody wants to make money and all that stuff, and I've got no issue with that. But
I've
let's be
no
fucking
issue
honest
with it,
about
but
it.
at the same time, there's a time and place.
Be honest about it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's my point. Be
Absolutely
honest
agree
about
with
it.
you. Like,
If you're gonna,
don't use a man's passing to do that.
because
Everybody's looking to celebrate a man's life that they all respect and they all like, they're all fans of, and celebrate their work. Don't use their name to try and earn money. That's disgusting.
That's why I have nothing to do with it. To be fair, and I wouldn't have anything to do with it if I was asked to, because it had nothing to do.
I know
What
for a
went
fact
in
they
that
did
town
ask
had
you,
nothing
didn't
to
they?
do with him.
I'm sure they
Yeah,
asked
what
you.
went on in
I'm
that
sure
town
they
had
asked you,
nothing to do
didn't
with it.
they? Is there something wrong with the mic, something?
So,
Like,
no, it's just ridiculous, to be fair. And say, I'm glad that we didn't have it. I was out doing my bits and bobs I was doing on that day, and it's like, no, enough's enough. You know what I mean? I'll let them get on with it, do what they want to do. That's fine by me, but I wasn't going to entertain it myself.
yeah, but like I said, I had a few people that I know. They're not necessarily friends, but there are people that I know and I get on with.
Hmm.
And they wanted to go to the music event, and they had the same issue with the tickets.
They had the fun fair there on Sunday.
because
I know that
because they wanted. Well, a couple of the lads that I knew, they've got kids and whatnot. And they wanted to go, but then they found out whilst they got there. Said, "Oh, it's ticket only." They went, "Shows nothing about it on advertisement." And they reached out to me and they asked me. He said, "Oh, did you know about this?" And I went, "Nope, not seeing a single bit of it, mate." Like if they had, I knew that they had a music event, but I didn't know about their ticket stuff.
Friday was a paid music event. Sunday was a freebie. I know that because I knew a few people who went to the Sunday one. But I'll be honest with you, there wasn't a lot of there wasn't as many bikers there as they were making out there was, because most of the lads, I'll be blunt, had left.
Yeah, because they had enough.
And then, they had enough. They went home.
Yeah. They thought, "What the hell is it? What's it turned into this year?" Like last year, we had a great
And if
time.
they do it again next year, I reckon they won't have as many people there as we've got this year. I think the Leeds war off now, and it just proved it, because they expected to come back and play the same pizzazz and everything as the first year, and they didn't get it. So I think
I do agree that Like the first time was great. They did a great job.
Yeah.
There were some areas that they could improve it. So I was like, if they want to do it again, they've just got to fix on the minor things that they messed up on last time. But when you do things like that, it's got to be fucking bang on with what I do. But then when they made the announcement that it's going to be a full weekend instead, I went, yeah, that's going to shit.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people will be like, well, why is that just wrong? I like, the reason to why it is because last year it was a single day where everybody across the country, they came up tomorrow, they celebrate their man's life, his career, everything,
It just didn't
the
work.
contest, etc. We had a great time, they had a great experience. Then, however, they come again a second year. The issues with the thing of like music, the football and the rugby situation, and I'm like the whole parking situation with having the bikers go all the way to Bell Island instead of being in the same spot they did last time, where they had no issues. But there's for some reason this year they decided that I'm going to create a lot of fucking issues for myself because I'm that much of an idiot. So I don't understand why they made that decision. But that's what happens when you try to do something smart. When guess what? If it's not wrong, don't try and fix it.
Yeah,
The
as
things
I said
that
to me,
worked last year, keep the things that work as much, fix.
Hmm.
So don't chase the things that did work because that's when everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm looking at it all going, they've absolutely royally ruined this. They've completely destroyed it.
Yeah.
From what they had last year to this year, it's a joke. So I can understand why the bikers that have come up here, one, they'd be freaking livid because of everything that worked last year didn't work this year.
Hmm.
If they do try and do another one for next year, I highly suggest do not.
Keep it for a
Because
single day. I'd like to.
because they don't want this, you don't get into get one success and you have one fail. It won't become a trilogy. It won't become a trilogy because we all know with Star Wars, the first third one is really good, the second film shit, and the third one's not really good. Like it's got something about it, but it's
Hmm.
not great. I might don't do it. Just leave it be now. You've done you've celebrated the man's life and his career, you've given his tribute, time to move.
You know, as I said, you get on with it and they can do their thing and vice versa. But it's something that I think really needs need to review because I'm not knocking them making a lot of money for the charities, etc. And I totally agree with that. Great idea and
No, I
all that lot.
completely
But I
agree
do
with
think
that. It's just that if they want to do it, they need to look back at what worked and go, right, because that
hey, but
worked,
don't fix
don't
it.
try and fix it.
Oh,
The things that didn't work as well, fix that.
yeah, did 'em.
And that's why this year was a fail. Because,
Yeah,
like I said, everyone on social media saw nothing about it. The only times that I did see anything about it was from media, the media companies and whatnot, or the media outlets, like for your radio and whatever, or your newspaper articles, or your social media influencers and stuff. That's the only time I saw anything about it.
yeah. But
Everybody else did.
each to their own and all that stuff. But no, as I said, to me, I just think it was very commercialised this year, and I think that's what's
Yes.
letting it down. To be fair.
But now, since we're in the last minute, I think that's where we're going to have to end it at for tonight.
Yeah, well, end that, folks, and we'll see you Saturday, and we'll give some tickets away. But don't forget, get your name in the chat box. We'll check it in what day? We'll check it on Friday, and those names, any names in the chat box, we'll contact you and sort you out a couple of free tickets. So on that note, we'll sod off, and we'll see you all later. All right, folks.
All
See you
righty.
soon.
See you later. Yeah, see you